It all started yesterday. I was so excited to finally not cook in my kitchen and actually order some food from Uber Eats. I decided, why not go with Mexican food? Let me buy an horchata and let me buy a torta. But now, this is what happened. Let me skip to the good part. No, 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 stop showing off. I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about the other part. Come on. Yes, right there. They committed a crime. They did not give me my horchata. So now it was up to me to make it myself.
The things you need for this recipe is going to be any white rice that you have at home, a blender, condensed milk, evaporated milk, vanilla extract, cinnamon, a bowl to mix all your ingredients in, any container to pour it in, and a strainer. The first thing you're going to do is get the rice, put it in the mixing bowl, and then make sure that you cover the rice with enough water. Now that the water is covering the rice completely, this is when you're going to add the cinnamon stick. Since I only have one cinnamon stick here, I'm going to substitute the rest with cinnamon powder. So let me take this out. For me, this is really hard because I don't have strength here, but here, just this little piece, and okay, I'm gonna put that there. And I'm gonna put lots of cinnamon powder here, just like this. Now I'm going to get a little mixer, mix it in. Just keep in mind, mine looks really brown just because I added the cinnamon powder, but if you don't add the cinnamon powder, then it's not going to look this brown. After you do this, you are going to let it soak. When you let it soak, it has to be for a long time. A lot of people say that for 5 hours it's pretty good, so for me, I leave it overnight. I started one last night just so that I could show you guys. So let me uncover this one, and it already smells like horchata, so I really like it. This is the way that the water looks. You know the rice is ready to be blended when you pick one up or a couple and you're able to easily break it just like this with your fingers. Do you see how quickly these little rice break? Now you're going to take everything that is in this container, which is the water, the rice, and the cinnamon, and dump it all in here into the blender, and then just blend it until it's nice and smushy. So let me just dump this all here. It might be a little bit messy, so first the water, and now, look, there you go. Okay, now let me get this here to help me out. Okay. I know to some people this might look a little bit weird because you're blending rice and water and it's not a smoothie or anything like this, but you're gonna see what we're gonna do next. Now let's blend it. One good thing that I forgot to mention is that if you have really weak fingers like I do, the blender does an awesome job at just breaking up the cinnamon sticks, so yay. Now this is where the fun part begins. This is where you're going to need the strainer, the final container. I like using a little spoon because we're going to drop this in here and just make sure that none of the rice actually ends up falling in, and I'll just squeeze it in. So I'll get this here, my strainer. Well, and slowly I'll just start pouring in the water. Look at that. Ooh, that looks so good. Okay, there you go. Good. And I'm basically now just waiting until the rice reaches this point. But if you notice, look, that was a good amount of water, and the water looks really milky, and we haven't even added any milk to it yet. As you can see, I have some rice here. I'm going to use my spoon to take everything out from here. Everything out. Just like this. Oh, this looks so good. Let me just take it all out. And now, I am just going to squish this over to make sure that all of the product is actually going down. Now that I'm looking at this, it actually looks like I'm making grits, just because the rice is completely squished down. Squish it until you keep hearing that little drip going down with the water, the liquid. All right, so I think I'm pretty much done here. I want you guys to remember this is about a whole cup of rice that I have. And this is all the water that I put on there. It doesn't look like a lot of water, but trust me, it is. So now this is where it all depends on what kind of horchata you want. So for example, for me, I like it really thick and creamy. So I like using the condensed milk as the sweetener instead of putting sugar. I don't want the sugar. I like this one. It gives it a really strong taste. And instead of using regular milk, which you can use any kind of almond milk, any kind of oatmeal milk, but I like using leche evaporada, which is just evaporated milk. So I'm gonna take this off right here and open this one up. Let's see if I have good luck, because usually these are not my forte. Something else that I've noticed that people do, for example, my mom, she's not a big fan of milk. So what she does, she actually just adds more water to fill it up and just uses the condensed milk. But I want to use this one. So I told you guys, I don't have luck with this. I don't even know where it's at right now. Now I'm going to put in the entire evaporated milk. And here, yum, I'm so excited for this. Okay, just like this until it's done. Excellent. And I am going to now add the condensed milk. This is going to be the sweetener. All right. Like I said, you can use sugar for this, but if you want it to be authentic, then just go at the extra mile and get the condensed milk. There we go. Put this to the side. It's so good. I'm going to put almost everything in there. Just like this. This is so good. Let me put a little bit more. Alright, I did lie. I'm not putting the whole thing in there, because I'm going to check to see if it's sweet or if I want it to be sweeter. And also I want to check if I want to put more water or a little bit more regular milk here. So let me mix it in. Let me check. I think it definitely needs a little bit more of this. Just like this. Mix it in some more. Like I said before, I keep repeating this, but this is just for you guys to really know that you don't have to use the condensed milk or the evaporated milk. You can simply just use any regular milk and sugar with it. But if you want it to be authentic, then use this. Alright, let me taste it. Alright, this is perfect. The only reason why I'm not filling it up to the top is because I'm going to be the only one that's going to be drinking horchata in my home. So I'm going to leave it just like this. My horchata is ready. The last thing that I need is ice. You can never have actual horchata without any rice. So let me take it out from here. I'll do this with a big guy. Now I'll let him run. There you go. Wow! This is ready. Okay. This is so good. You guys have to try it. It is delicious. When I say it's so good, I mean it's so good. And no offense to my mom, but I'm pretty sure I just made it a lot better than she did. So this is just so good. This is so good. Now really quickly, the only reason why I didn't put any ice here is because I don't want the water to, dilute it. So whenever I'm pouring it for myself or anybody else, that's when I'll add the ice. Anyways, I hope that you guys try this one at home because it is so good, especially now that spring and summer is coming. This is the best thing for you to try. I'm just excited for you guys to try something so delicious that I absolutely love. So bye guys, thank you guys for watching me.